Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about co-parenting and who better to have than my ex-hubby is going to be joining me. Of course, we have to get the reason why we can even co-parent in this as well, and this is my beautiful daughter Mackenzie. Say hi.
Hello.
So we're going to be talking about how we co-parent effectively, what works for us. We'll be giving 5 tips on how to co-parent with your ex. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell notification below. Right here, I believe is where it is. And without further ado, let's get into it. All right, Kenzie. I'll start off with you actually, Kenzie. So how do you think, on a scale from 1 to 5, 1 being terrible and 5 being the best, how do you think me and your dad co-parent? You can be honest, I don't care.
Maybe a 4.5.
Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, that's pretty good. What about you? How do you think we co-parent?
I think we're a 5, but
I think we're a 5 too. And we're like, first of all, we're super cool. Like, we're probably the coolest parents out of all your friends. Like, they don't have cool parents like us. So that's a plus. But I really feel like me and your dad, we got this thing down, which is why I wanted to create this video. Number 1 is heal yourself. What does that mean to you?
so really I couldn't hold any more grudges of why the marriage didn't work out or have any emotions on my half on what transpired. The mindset shifted to all about the kid and what's best for her. It wasn't about what's best for me or what's best for you. It's about what's best for her.
I feel like, you know, you have to, once a relationship is over, especially when there's kids involved, you have to let that go. And I think one thing that John and I did really well after divorce was we really made it about Mackenzie. She was the focal point. We both put emotions to the side. We healed ourselves individually and really made this cutie pie the focus. So I think that's really helped us a lot. Definitely easier said than done. I'm aware of that, but it's doable because we did it.
And really the whole thing was that, you know, it was never her fault why we didn't work out. So she shouldn't have to suffer and her life shouldn't have to be flipped upside down because we couldn't come up with, you know, our marriage. So we just shifted on everything about being for her.
Yeah. Anything to add to that, Kim? Do you have any marriage advice?
No, I've never really been married.
You've never really
before,
been married? Okay.
Or ever.
All right, okay.
That's right.
Well, yeah, you're 12, so I'm really happy to hear that. All right, number 2 is to be flexible. And with me being a flight attendant, this is like imperative. Like, this is probably one of my favorite ones. And man, let me tell you, I give this man all the props because if he wasn't flexible, and you both have to be flexible, but specifically out of the 2, he has to probably be the most flexible because I am a flight attendant, and you know, there are situations where I can get delayed from coming home. There can be a mechanical. I can come home the next day even, depending on what's going on. So thank you so much for allowing me to do my dream career, and I appreciate it. I know you're very flexible for me as far as when it comes to like the career. How do I bring flexibility to you?
So, you all know she's a flight attendant, obviously, but one thing that she does a really good job of is when she sets her schedule before that month ahead, she'll always check with me and find, hey, what dates do you need off, you know, the next month? And so I always look in my calendar. I always try to pre-plan. Pre-planning is the best way to go. And then I ask her ahead of time, hey, before you try and set your schedule for the following month, can you take these days off? And then when she can't, it's not a big deal because sometimes her routes, she gets back at a certain time. And she's been very flexible about, you know, if she tries to get home early on her trips because she knows that when she gets home, it's always in an attempt to come see her baby and also relieve me of my time with her. So, you know, flexibility is key. As fathers, I think you all have to understand something like raising a daughter or raising a son. You know, this ain't being special. This is what we're supposed to do. So I don't feel like it's anything about me doing anything. I mean, it's really no burden at all. What she does is flexibility. It's just an icing on the cake. But if she wasn't able to do it, then so be it.
Go off, baby daddy. Okay, Kenzie, scale to 1 to 5. 1 being terrible and 5 being the best. How well do you think me and your dad are as far as being flexible for each other?
For each other, I would say it's about maybe a 4. Maybe a 4. Some things just don't always work out because you still have to work.
That's true. Very true. So, yeah, that's true. Okay. Well, how flexible are we for you?
For me, I would say about a 5.
Oh, of course.
Because you like work around your schedule is to fit in my schedule.
Very true. And before COVID, this one right here is busy. So, okay, cool. Let's go to number 3. So, tip number 3 for co-parenting is to communicate effectively. I would say communicate often. So, how do you think we do?
Oh yeah, I mean, we text, we call each other. We talk all the time. I mean, there's not more than a couple days that go by where either you're calling me or I'm overhearing a conversation you talking to Mackenzie. The communication is key. We're not talking about the way we used to talk. We're talking about everything's for her, but I mean, there's no set amount of time. We just as needed. I mean, as much as we need to or as little as we need to, we communicate effectively, calling, texting, or just overhearing conversations that we have with her.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like we ace this because like if we're not texting each other about important dates for Mackenzie, or if we get an email about missing assignments, or if one of us has to email one of her teachers, we're CCing each other in it. Those are just examples, but I cannot think of a time where I was like, well, dang, why didn't he tell me? Or, I don't remember him coming to me like that either. So I think we got that. Okay, girlfriend. I'm sorry.
And punctuality. Like even when we exchange our kid and hand off our child or swap, it's always about, trying to be on punctual time. I'm not trying to waste her time. She's not trying to waste my time. So.
Same. What does your dad say when we're dropping you off?
It's your shift.
It's your shift. That's what it is. But yeah, so going with communication, if we set a time, I think we're both really, really good at sticking to it. And if something's happening where, we're running late for whatever reason, we're really good at communicating that as well. So, all right, girlfriend, 1 to 5. How do you think you...
On communication?
Yeah. How do we do?
I would say a 5. You guys are really good on communication.
We got our first 5.
Yeah, even if you were to disagree about something, you still agree to disagree.
True.
It doesn't cause a big problem, and you guys stay on me about my grades, and you come together as one to teach me. So it's not yeah.
For sure. Sometimes it's good cop, bad cop. Sometimes it's double teaming you. But communication nonetheless. And just getting back to the first point, it's always with Mackenzie being obviously the focus point. So, and we will continue to do that. All right, number 4 co-parenting tip is to never badmouth the other parent to the kid or children. So,
as much as she might get on my nerves,
Me?
she ain't gonna never know about it. That's just, you just process that internally. You shake it off, be the bigger man, take the high road, disagree in your own mind, but you don't ever convey it to the child. Don't bring the negativity or what you're mad about onto your child. Just take the punches and keep on moving. We're not talking about it's a natural job raising your child. It's not, you're not going to agree on everything. You just go with the flow.
I will say that, so for me, if it's a joke, I'll just be honest. If it's a joke, I will say, and Mackenzie, I'm sure can attest to this, but I would say for the most part, if I'm really, really mad about something, I do try to keep it in. But if I'm just joking where it's not a big deal, yeah, you know, I think Mackenzie can tell the difference from a joke versus someone's really upset. So, what do you think?
If it was like an argument, I would give you guys a 5 of not like saying anything or like
About the
like,
other person?
Yeah, like holding your tongue. But if it was just as a joke, I would give you guys probably a 1.
Probably.
Probably a 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's never a malicious or foul
Yeah.
intent. It's joking around.
Yeah.
You know, hey, you can get away with this at your mom's, but you can't do this over here.
Yeah.
Those type of things, but nothing like, oh, your mom is this or that. No, it's never that way because ultimately that's her mother. So why
Yeah,
am I
for
gonna,
sure.
why am I gonna badmouth her mother? That's her mother, regardless of what I say.
True that, true that. Number 5, and we actually kind of touched on this without trying to, but number 5 is having a parenting plan or being on the same page. I think like we said earlier, I think we do this really well. We're on it when it comes to Mackenzie's grades. We're on it when she has events coming up, you know, making sure we're talking about that. I think how do you think we discipline? I mean, we're very different individually, but how do you think we discipline?
We discipline very differently, but we have the same mindset of just trying to make her a better person.
True.
We see things as, you know what, this is room for improvement, and we still have to come down on her. We don't just let things go unnoticed. There's different things that bother you that don't bother me, but I think it's a great balance in that we both get on her about each one in our own ways. I don't think it's ever something that we just slide it under the rug. We make sure we address it, and it's never malicious. We're just trying to love her and give her the love that she needs.
For sure, for sure. And he's right. There are definitely different things that bug me that, you know, she would probably get more in trouble for with me versus Jonathan. But it's always to be, the goal is always for her to be a good kid, a good student, you know, and that's always the goal, no matter if our focal points are different. So.
And you know, just the other thing is, you're as a parent, you're gonna have to sacrifice your own time. I mean, one thing we strive on is to keep this girl busy. Like, we want her to participate in
You getting
sports.
out this house?
Yeah, we want her to keep busy, but that comes with parents. You're gonna have to sacrifice your own things, your own engagements. You're going to have to sacrifice those to make sure you get her. That's just being a parent, and it's not a bad thing at all. It's just, you gotta grow up, and so we gotta make sure we provide her all those opportunities.
So how do you think, on a scale of 1 to 5, your dad and me being on the same page, 1 to 5?
4.5.
Oh, okay. You gave us pretty nice scores.
Okay, now I have one for you guys.
Okay. I wasn't expecting that, but let's go.
Overall, what do you guys rate me from 1 to 5 based on how I react to everything that we talked about?
On how you react?
Yes, like how I handle everything.
Okay. I mean, you're like a 4.9, you know? You respond great. You don't come back at an attitude. You're a great kid. We just want you to care about those important things a little bit more. That's all. That's what we want.
Let me see. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, a 4.9. I would say the same thing. I think that, like, okay, so you're in middle school, so you're still learning, you're still growing. Compared to a lot of other kids, I would definitely think you're high up there, and you're very balanced. And I think that's because your dad and I are so different, and we kind of get on you about different things, where it's to the point where you're like overall balanced because you get everything from each parent, you know. So yeah, 4.9. Okay, I think so. Yeah. Anything else you want to say?
Not really.
You okay? All right. Anything you want to say?
No, not at all.
Right. So those were our 5 tips. That's how we do it. That's how we effectively co-parent. We will continue to do so. Thank you, beautiful daughter, for being a part of this YouTube video. Thank you, ex-hubby, for being a part of this YouTube video. And make sure you guys comment below. Let me know what you think. If you co-parent, let me know how it's going for you. And until then, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Okay, bye.